back to a time when you went maybe a long period without going to eat. I want you to go ahead and think about how long that was. Maybe a few hours, maybe half a day, or maybe the entire day in itself. And I want you to go ahead and think about the things you were experiencing while you were hungry. Was your stomach growling? Did you have a headache? Were you dizzy? Did you have mood swings, and were you feeling, a little bit fatigued? And now for a second, I want you to go ahead and think about a time, I want you to go ahead and think, what if I told you that you had to go 5 to 6 days out of your week and not be able to eat? And then when you did eat, you could only eat scraps from the garbage, or even like mushed up palm tree or something like that. Many of us can't even imagine such a horrible thought, yet there are countless people in the world that are going through this right now. World hunger in the U.S. is often forgotten, but is very real for many people. And today I want you to meet one of those people, and his name is Minhaj. This is Minhaj. He was featured in one of the Huffington Post articles about people who are malnourished and hungry. Minhaj was a 7-month-old baby boy. He was born in Nairobi, Kenya. And Minhaj's parents were struggling with providing adequate amount of nourishment for him. He weighed about 7 pounds. That's about 7 pounds, and he's 7 months years old, and that's way less than even newborn babies. Minhaj, like many others, was on the brink of death. And as we see, world hunger is prevalent all across the globe, and including even America. According to GAIN, or the Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, there's about 1 billion people in the world that are suffering from malnourishment and hunger. That's almost 3 times the population of the United States. That means that a billion people around the world are suffering a long and painful death sentence. See, malnutrition and hunger has many side effects. And according to the National Center of Biotechnological Information, it can cause a loss in body mass, which is cause fatigue and overall just, weakness. It can cause ascites, which is a picture shown right there on the side where we see many of the kids in advertisements where they're really, really, really skinny and still have bloated stomachs. Decrease in mental physical growth, mental retardation, and ultimately even death. Malnutrition not only affects an individual, but will eventually spread onto a country as a whole. According to worldhunger.org, starvation and poverty pretty much go hand in hand. All around the globe, developing countries such as Southeast Asia, Africa, and even Eastern Europe are some among the poorest nations. And coincidentally, they are suffering the most from malnutrition and hunger. Malnutrition has become the greatest predictor for economic decline in a country. And now that you've seen the great negative effects that hunger has, you're now thinking about, well, how will I be able to solve such a large problem? I'm just a college student. And today I would like to give you a solution that you can take part in, and that is freerice.org. It is a nonprofit organization that is pretty much dedicated to donating free rice to the UN, which is the United Nations, and then we'll distribute it out to, hungry countries. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how freerice.org works. So you're going to you guys can go ahead and pull it up on your smartphone if you'd like right now. It only takes a second. And what you're going to see is it's going to come up on a screen that's just like this, and it's going to have a bolded word inside of the box. And pretty much all you have to do is define the bolded word, and it'll give you a few options at the bottom. And these definitions are really easy. They're really easy words, and it only takes a second to answer them. And for every one that you get right, they donate 10 pieces of free rice to the UN. And the best part about freerice.org, it's totally and entirely free, which is wonderful since we're all poor, college students, and we can all take part in this. It only takes a few minutes of your time, only 5 minutes, and you can have tons and tons of rice donated to the UN. Now many of you guys are thinking, well, it's only 10 pieces of measly rice. How does that really even add up to enough to feed? Well, I want to share a quick quote with you guys from one of my favorite authors, J.K. Rowling, and it goes, "We are only as strong as we are united, and weak as we are divided." I share this quote with you to let you know that there is strength in numbers. And the same way that I'm sharing this website with you guys, I ask that you also go out and share this website too, in hopes that as you share it to a friend, they'll share it to a friend, and so on. And hopefully, united together, we can help people like Minhaj get better again and help put an end to world hunger, one grain at a time.